Hello everyone, let's dish about money and spirituality. I just got home from school, winding down, and I'm on an internship, so I'm outside all day in the rain. So if I'm looking a bit rough, that's why. However, that's not what we are going to speak about today. Today we are talking about money, and I have some experiences to share with you. So perhaps you recognize yourself, perhaps not. And if you're interested in this topic and my experiences, lovely to have you here and to have you listen to this chat. And please comment down below what your own thoughts are, your own experiences and things like that. So my relationship with money has been deeply problematic and unhealthy. And I have also used spirituality as a way to justify bad money habits. So I have been having spending problems, like many people do, spending money I don't have, and justifying it by thinking that it's my intuition speaking, and things like if I spend, the money is flowing, and I will it's better to have money moving and not hoarding it. But none of those thought processes or behaviors helped me. They did not serve me. In fact, they did sort of constrict me and oppress me in a way, because I was always so stressed about money, and I felt out of control, and I felt like I had no power. And when I took a serious look at my behavior and my habits, I honestly felt very, very irresponsible. I felt like if I'm an adult, I really should take more responsibility for my finances and taking care of myself and providing for myself and making sure that the money that comes in gets me through the month. Essentially. So those sort of beliefs or those sort of thoughts around money that were rooted in spirituality, they helped me to perpetuate a bad circle, a bad spiral, a bad behavior around money. And when I thought about it, my behavior, my relationship to money, I also had a bit of compassion to myself, because I really understood where that came from. Because I had been told as a child that having a lot of money was not good for you. It was not healthy, and you would become delusional, and you would become disconnected from reality by having a lot of money. And also, I could see patterns from my parents. Their relationship with money and work wasn't really that healthy. So I also had a very negative connotation to money as well. So I can clearly see where that come from, which means that I understand myself. I can have compassion for that and show me love for that child within that is afraid of holding money. Because every time I would gain a lot of money or more money, it would immediately just slip through my fingers. But essentially it was me spending them because it didn't feel safe just having them laying around in my account as a buffer. And it would bite me in the tail because there would come expenses and I wouldn't plan my money. And so there would never be enough at the end of the month, and I would have to rely on family and things like that. It's a mess. So I really had to take a look at those spiritual claims about money. I think that there could absolutely be some truth in that, but not where I am now. Quite frankly, I just feel like I was being delusional about money. That didn't feel at all good. It never felt good. It never felt good to have that cycle with money and thinking that, oh, it will always work itself out and there will come more. And of course, I did manage to solve any problems that will come from this. But I never felt in power. I never felt that I was in control. And it was just stressful, and it did not feel good. It did not feel good. So if you're in this space, if you're in this place of not really knowing where your money is going, because that was what I was experiencing. I didn't even know where I was spending my money. Like where did it go? I didn't even see it go. So what I did was that I printed out 3 months of my, what's the name in English? From the bank, 3 full months from the bank what I had been spending with my card. And I came up with categories like clothes, beauty, books and tarot decks. That was a big one, a very big one. And I could see some patterns emerge from that. And so I categorized them, and I took markers like red is for beauty, and I marked everything that I considered to be beauty. And perhaps eating out is purple, and I marked every time I ate out or ordered takeaway or ordered pizza or whatever. And I did this, and I saw some really, really interesting patterns. I saw what I was spending on, which was very important because I realized that I don't actually need to spend that much on these things. I would rather have my peace. And so what I have done now is to set up a budget for myself and set some very clear boundaries on what I want to be spending in each category. And I am following that up very, very closely. I even spend cash in some categories to more clearly see where how much money I am spending, so that I don't spend it all at once. Let's see if there was anything else that I wanted to say here. Yeah, this has made a huge difference. A huge difference. So it never helped me, I think I've said this before, it never helped me fully to just understand the beliefs that I had about money that has been passed down, and sort of working my way through that. I also needed to understand what sort of behavior, what sort of habits that enforced in me that I have been mindlessly in for a really long time. And now I'm actively breaking those chains, breaking those habits. And it feels really, really good. I could tell you, it feels really good. I feel much more empowered. I feel much more peaceful and happy. And it's much more fun for me to spend as well when I am intentional about it. And before, when I was thinking that I need this thing now, where I am right now, I would never think that way. I would never think that way. Today I'm thinking, if there's something that I want, I will make sure to have a strategy to be able to afford that. And not only that, but I also don't want to make any drastic compromises around everything else just to be able to afford that. I want to live a well-rounded, balanced life with the things that I'm spending money on. So, for example, I don't want to be eating noodles, just flavored noodles for the last week of the month because I wanted an expensive tarot deck or something like that. So I am much more intentional, and it feels better. Each purchase feels better for me as well. And because I have time to enjoy my purchases as well, because they don't have to happen that often either, because I don't have that much of an inflow. And so each thing that I take into my space is intentionally being brought into my space. And I have time enjoying this new thing in my home. For example, if I purchased a book, I really have time reading it before I purchased a next one. Yeah, so there's that. And I have really come a long way in just a short amount of time. So if you're in the same space like that, I really, really recommend you to print out your spending for the previous full 3 months and see where your money is going. Try to make some conclusions out of that. See if you are spending more than what comes in, and try to adjust where it is needed and keep coming back to it regularly. I try to sit with it every day because it helps me keep my promise to myself. And I feel that I have a much more healthy relationship with money now. It feels good, and I have like this buffer in my account that feels very good. I don't feel like I need to spend it immediately. It feels safe for me to have it there. And every time something new comes in, I don't spend it right away. I plan for that money. So that is all that I wanted to share with you today. Oh, just this one thing. If you're confused about how this relates to sort of the topic of spirituality, how do I say this? I feel like they are so deeply connected, because that money is such a representation of your power in a positive sense, and of your relationship to this earthly realm, your connection to safety in your body, feeling that you are being provided for. And also, we live in this world, and we need money to get through with this life. So it's an important component, and I feel like we can't just speak about the fluffy stuff when it comes to money. We have to speak also about the day-to-day experiences and routines and habits and strategies that we have in place when it comes to money, or the lack of it, to form a better understanding and relationship with money. So I feel like I'm just rambling on because I'm tired, so I'm going to end there. Thank you for listening today, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!